Because I remember you had a bit about this where people would call you and you're like, bro, like,
Oh, how like I'm first world, and my cousin would call me and be like, "Please sponsor me to get out of Sudan," and I'm like, "Hey Google, set an alarm, save Ahmed."
Is it hard to like? Is it hard to? My dad sent like $150,000 over the years, and it drove him crazy.
That
and
he couldn't send more, or like he was like Schindler's List. I could have sent more. I could have given more.
No, opposite. You know what happened to him is that he got bitter about how like nobody gave a fuck. Like nobody ever. When you lend people money, they start to hate you.
Oh, exactly, bro. Like what's funny is that the exact same thing happened. I mean, my dad's he's in poor health right now, but over the years he did the exact same thing where he put a lot of money in Sudan, and a lot of it's being stolen. He hid a bunch of money in Sudan, and now like his sister's husband is like a business guy my dad trusted, but this nigga's like, "Oh, you never gave me money. I never got money from you." And like my dad gave him,
yeah, that's classic.
My dad yeah, it's classic. And then like we have a building that all the tenants have been paying like a really old rental rate, and now my brother, we're taking custody, so my brother's like, "I'm gonna go kick them all out because they're not paying enough." I'm like, "Oh fuck, it's this story I told 1,000 times,
Dude, you can't. I remember my cousin, he went back to India because someone owed them money. And I'm like, what the fuck are you going to do? You're going to go rough him up?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not getting the money. It's gone.
I know. My brother's like, "I'm going to beat him in court." I'm like, that guy has conducting his business in Sudan his whole life. Yeah. You're just living here in Canada, chilling. How do you think you're going to go to Sudan and get money out of him in the court system? It's never going to happen. That's his home. It's home game for him,
It's home game advantage.
Yeah.
He can just wait you out, dude.
Yeah. He's done business.
Yeah. He's got the money, and you almost got to forgive and forget with money. Because what drove my dad crazy is that he just gave all these people money, and then like he'd go back and they would be like, "Yeah, I need more money." He would go back thinking like, "Now I'll be repaid."
I'm the loved one now, right?
I'm the loved one, and I've set them free, and they will repay me. And he goes back, and they're just like, "Yo, we need more money. It's all gone." You know what I mean? Like he'd go back expecting to ask for money, and everyone there would be like, "There's no money. I spent it. It's gone."
Yeah.
But similar, some people would just straight up say that. Very few people. Most people would do what you're saying that happened to your uncle, where the guy says, "No, you don't give me, but."
Yeah, exactly. And my dad gave him what's it called? 350,000, they say. And the guy's saying, no, he gave me 30 Canadian dollars. And my dad's, and then apparently he's saying, no, he gave me 3,500. He dropped 2 zeros. But
no, your dad gave 350,000 for real? How did he get that money?
He just accumulated it. My dad tried to go to Saudi to put it into an account, and they're like, "You don't have residency here, so we can't fucking just put that money because we don't know what we're like harboring," right?
That's so rude, man.
But it's also a lesson. My dad, he kind of went to pretty great lengths to hide it from like A, B, and C, but in those desperate measures of like trying to keep every little penny, he lost it all. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, I know.
It's a lesson that if you just done it legit and coughed up whatever, some taxes here and there, it would have been perfectly safe for his family.
Yeah.
But going the route of like, no, I'll have a check, I'll leave it with him, he'll blah blah blah.
No,
it's like, yeah, it's gone, right? So it's a life lesson.
My dad, like, that's a good thing I did learn from my dad, because years later, like sometimes 20, 30 years later, he'd be like, "Can you believe that guy? He screwed us. He owes us money. You go back there, you tell him, where's the goddamn money?" And it's like, dude, they don't have it. It's gone.
Yeah.
You go there. And I remember we did one classic move where one guy pulled I call it the God make it, where he basically says, "And this is God's will. So that means God make it." And he pulled like a...
He says, "I still have it."
He goes, "No, it's gone though."
Yeah.
He was like the wisest one actually of them all, because he was the only one to admit that like it's gone. Look at suffering. Look.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like
that's the weirdest thing with money. It's like he would have been totally fine if he never got that money from your dad.
Yeah.
But by getting that money from your dad, nothing changed, and it just things like the supply increases locally, and things change for a couple of months, and they converge right back to that. So nothing would have changed if you never got the money. Exactly. Same shit.
It's the same shit as a lottery winner. You can't and I was telling my dad, I'm like, you give people money when they have a good business plan, and the bank would give them. If the business, like, that's the white way. I was trying to teach him, like, you're in Canada now, dude. You don't just drop. He would still go, and just someone would be like, "Please, can I have $10,000? I want to do a thing." And I'm like, "Tell him your son's an artist." And he would just go and give 10,000 here, 10,000 there. Just some Gujarati people, which is the state that he's from. They would just be like, please. They'd be like, kaka. They'd be like, uncle, please.
Kaka is uncle. That's hilarious. That's
yeah.
shit in Arabic.
I know it is.
Yeah.
It's shit in Canada too.
In a lot of countries. Kaka, you make kaka?
Kaka means it does mean shit, but it means dad's brother too. But it's kaka. Yeah, but they'd be like kaka,
all the
please.
money that goes back home. It's like, but I don't have any issue with like sending like people send like 150. Those are like to cover incidentals for family, like a little medicine money, a little school money, a little this, a little eat food. That helps. Yeah. But like when you give someone just like, you know, whatever the fuck it is, 10 grand, then they just buy a $6,000 car, and then life's just better for a couple months, and then now they're just living that same old life, but they have this car that they eventually liquidate for some money at some point, right?
Yeah,
like,
dude. Yeah, no, it doesn't help, and they don't even know that they're doing it. They're not. They actually think when you give them the money, they think like, no, this is gonna change everything.
This is gonna change everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't realize like 6 months later it's gone, and then what happens is they actually start finding ways to hate you, because I think psychologically that's what happens, because they don't want to deal with the fact that like they just lost it. They feel shitty too. So it kind of becomes this outward projection of like, you're a piece of shit.
Dude, my brother, my whole brother's job is to update me on what family is fucking us how every time I come to London. You know, uncle this? Bro, the fucking guy, he's in the house, he hasn't paid, he's not picking up my calls. Wallahi, I'm gonna fuck him in court. I'm like, bro, it's over.
Wallahi, I'm gonna fuck him in court.
In Sudan, in African court,
it's gone. God make it. It's his now.
It really is that. He's like, bro, they're all talking shit about Abu, like dad, like this and that. It's like, once you give them money, they do kind of resent you to some level. You're exactly right. It's weird, man. It's fucking weird, bro.
It is a weird world. It's complex like that. But Chris
Rock, in first world, you must send money back. And it's like, fuck. Yeah. Like, I don't get it, bro. I couldn't even imagine going through that shit. But then who the fuck knows?
It's crazy. It's like your brother, and this happened with my cousin too. He goes back to India because part of it was like, yeah, these people, they lent them money or like they jacked him for money, but there's not enough. There's no men there left. So he has to go back to check. So I'm like, what's this guy doing? Like, he's like hiding in the bushes, like binoculars. He comes up. He's like, bastard. New scooter, you fucking bastard. I see what you did. He's like just watching, like, what's he gonna do? He's gonna set like a trap?
Give that
They
to
don't
me.
have it.
Yeah.
They don't have the money. It's gone.
It's gone immediate. Bro, it's like every year I got a tax return. It's gone in 3 days. You know? It's like I got $1,500 in a credit card. I throw it towards, buy some new shoes, and get the fucking new iPhone or whatever, and it's gone. You know what I mean? And life doesn't change. It's like, it's the same shit.
It's just materialism. It's nonsense.
Exactly.
And the moral of the story is, you are loved because you are loved. Such is the nature of loving kindness. Okay? So now that I've done my karmas, make sure you do your karmas. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and sign up for meditation. Ascension is upon us, foolish. Sign up for meditation immediately. Ha! Am I still here?